Hello, my dear beloved children. Today I want to talk to you about the intermediate periods between dimensions that exist on all levels of existence. Thus, many civilizations exist simultaneously in two dimensions, for example, in the fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh. And this is completely natural, since each living being has an individual consciousness that develops at its own pace depending on its origin and karmic destiny. It also happens that the consciousness of an inhabitant of one of the worlds stops in its development, as a result of which he leaves his civilization, which is on the threshold of transition to a higher level of development, and is incarnated on another planet, one that corresponds to the level of his own vibrations. This is exactly what is happening now with many Earthlings, and not only with low vibrational beings embodied in human bodies, but also with young human souls who have not yet had time to undergo full training in life in the third dimension and have not learned to resist the temptations of the dual world. They still have a long way to go in reincarnation in the worlds of the third density and overcoming the duality of their thinking before they have the opportunity to incarnate on a planet that is on the path to the transition to the fourth dimension. But today I want to talk about those of you who have already managed to go the long way of evolution of your soul and who have incarnated on Earth in this fateful period for it precisely for the transition to the fifth dimension. In fact, most often the gap in vibrations between the planet and its inhabitants is minimal, and what is happening now on Earth is the greatest exception to the rule. Your planet was the first to enter the fifth dimension, and now all those who are ready for the transition have to hurry to stay on it in their physical bodies. And this is explained by the fact that the living conditions on Earth began to change too quickly, both energetically and mentally, since the Draco reptiles managed to take over the consciousness of the overwhelming majority of Earthlings, lowering their vibrations by imposing false values of the lowest kind on people. As a result, only the purest and most ancient human souls have been able to evolve in such difficult conditions, when the puppets of the deep state are trying to suppress their will and establish control in all areas of their lives, which has been observed everywhere in recent years. And many of such souls have already managed to overcome in their consciousness the barrier separating the third dimension from the fourth. And next time we will talk about these brave souls in more detail. The Father Absolute, who loves you immeasurably, spoke to you.